Electricity consumption optimization using K-means clustering algorithm. Hyung-Chin, Naam, Mohammed, Punish, and Dong Shin. Dong University, South Korea. Online, introduction, related work, proposal approach, evaluation, conclusion, references. Introduction, electricity consumption, power grid. In the power grid, we measure the consumption through sensors, industrial consumption, housing consumption, factories consumption, housing consumption. Front end, consumer end, back end, electricity company end. Introduction, continuous. Back end, company end, data set for consumption use turbine. So many techniques that solve the optimization problem of electricity, but none of them focus on housing electricity optimization. Reducing the cost factor of overcharge prediction are not available. Introduction continues. Solution K-means algorithm. Why choose K-means cluster? Predict the answer from the dataset. No any answer is available in terms of K-means. Why predict the answers? No clear result. In this paper, electricity usage of home is analyzed through K-means clustering algorithm. For obtaining the optimal home usage, electricity usage of home is 3 is analyzed through K-means clustering algorithm. For obtaining the optimal home usage electricity data point, the Kranz-Karabas index, David-Walden index, and Slip score find details optimal number of clusters in the K-means algorithm and present the application scenario of the machine learning languages. 3B is reducing the A per 1 dataset and result the same result. The proposed approach delivers us efficient and meaning prediction result never obtained before. Related work, machine learning. A way to run machine learning dataset values. First, several ways such as 2, 3, and 4. K-means clustering. One of the methods for the machine learning algorithm under the unsupervised learning category. Number 5. It is main task of experimental data mining and a common technique for statistical analysis used in many fields. Number 6, number 7, and number 8. Community feasibility assessment. Cluster analysis is now one specific algorithm. What constitutes a cluster and how to efficiently find them. Popular notion of clusters include groups with small distance between cluster members, dense areas of data space, 9, 10, and 11. Related work continues. Classification is a process related to categorization, the process in which ideas and objects are recognized, differentiated, and understood. 12, 13, and 14. Supervised learning. Supervised learning is the machine learning task of learning a function that maps an input to an output basis on example input-output pairs. It infers a function from labeled training data consisting of a set of training examples 15, 16, and 17. Unsupervised learning, too many approaches to solve the problem, such as in clustering K-means mixture models, DB-scan, optics algorithms 18, 19, and 20. Index from the unsupervised learning need how to efficiently find them. Popular notion of cluster include group with small distances between cluster members, dense areas of data spaces, such as the Kranz-Karabas index, score, David-Walden index 21. Related continuous. Scikit-learn, one of the machine learning library from the 2007-2019, continuously update the version for the library 22. Proposed approach is 3A. Shilling score. Shilling score is the easy way to in data. I each data cluster in data's definition, and I each data is not clustered inner and data's definition. BI slash core SI is equal to calculate that SI max AI BI minus AI. From this calculate, SI is equal to the function minus 1 SI 1. SI is close to 1 is the data I is the correct cluster to each thing. Close to minus 1 cannot distribute cluster is distributed. From this paper, machine using the machine learning library Scikit-learn in the household power consumption clustering 23, 24, 20, and 25. Proposed approach 3A continuous. Kranz-Karabas index. How to be where to be clustering in our way is Kranz-Karabas index, David-Walden index, Dunn index, Shiller score. In this paper, evaluate via Kranz-Karabas index and Shiller score evaluated. From the Kranz-Karabas index I, the clusters distributed average and cluster distributed ratio will give it to you. SKTR, WKTR, BK, K minus K. For this, BK is distributed matrix from each group. WK is the cluster distributed defined. WK Q equal 1 T sigma X minus CQ X minus CQ T. BK Q sigma and Q CQ minus C CQ minus CT. Provides approach 3A continuous. David-Walden index. If the ground truth labels are not known, the David-Walden index SQL run matrix David-Walden. Rij Si plus Sj Dij, then the David-Bordon index is defined as dB equal 1k, sigma I equal 1k max I not j. Rij, the zero is the lowest score is possible. Score values close to zero indicate a better partition. But the problem is the algorithm do not attach it in the scikit-learn library and only explain it in the document page but cannot explain it easily. Proposed approach 3b, reducing the dataset. Proposed approach 3b continues. Evaluation, declaration, and resources. System PC configuration software. 3a first paper execution snapshot. 3b second paper execution snapshot. Analysis, K equal 7. From k-means algorithm calculate proper cluster sync is very important. From the data estimate Shiller score, the result K equals 7. Each cluster centroid and data prices Shiller score are 0.799 is the optimal score. From the formal Krainsky-Halvorsen index result are 560.3999 is the optimal result. Using the k-means algorithm, the fact is figure 11. Software Anaconda 3 plus Python. Its performance OS software Windows 10 Professional RAM 60 GB. Processor i7 6600 CPU at 2.60 GB. Hard disk 420 GB SSD. System PC configuration software. Data set use by machine learning. Scikit-learn Anaconda 3 options personally can easily follow it. And because using this license, the real world don't have difficulties to do that. 3 execution snapshot, k equals 2, k equals 3, k equals 4, k equals 5, k equals 6, k equals 7, k equals 8, k equals 9, k equals 10. 3 second paper execution. A per 1 data set k equals 1, A per 1 data set k equals 2, A per 1 data set k equals 3, A per 1 data set k equals 4, A per 1 data set k equals 5, A per 1 data set k equals 6, A per 1 data set k equals 7, A per 1 data set k equals 8, A per 1 data set k equals 9, A per 1 data set k equals 10, A per 1 data set k equals 11. Conclusion technique. How do we solve the first point? We're using the k-means clustering algorithm and association with multiple answers. Electricity, bright side of conclusion. Paris paper. Now Muhammad Fish-Parrish and Dong-Hyun Shin. Comparative analysis of electricity consumption at home through Shiller score perspective. ICCT 2019 South Korea. 2019 Sungkyun University Korea. Now Muhammad Fish-Parrish and Dong-Hyun Shin. Analysis of electricity consumption at home using k-means clustering algorithm. ICCT 2019 South Korea. 2019 Sungkyun University Korea. Association, bigger dataset, reducing dataset. K-means clustering. K-means algorithm is one of the clustering methods for divided. Divided is giving the data among the main partitions. For example, receive data object and divided data is input data divided k, and the data each group consisting of cluster below equation is the k-means algorithm when cluster consists of algorithm using cost function use number. Krainsky-Halvorsen index. How to be where to be clustering in a way is Krainsky-Halvorsen index, David-Bordon index, Stone index, Shiller score. In this paper, evaluate via Krainsky-Halvorsen index and Shiller score evaluated. From the cluster Krainsky-Halvorsen index, the cluster's distributed average and cluster's distributed ratio will give it to SKTR, WK, TR, BK, K minus 1, K minus N minus K. For this BK is a distributed matrix from the each group. WK is a cluster distributed defined. WK Q1 X CQ K X minus CQ X minus T BK Q and Q CQ minus C CQ minus T. Shiller score is an easy way to in data I each data cluster in data definition and I each data is a clustered inner and data's definition BI. Shiller score SI is equal to calculate the SI max AI BI. BI minus AI. From this calculate SI is equal to the function minus 1 SI1. SI is close to the 1 is the data, I is the correct cluster to each thing. Close to minus 1 cannot distribute cluster is distributed. From this paper, machine using the machine learning library scikit-learn in the household consumption clustering number 7. Davis-Bordon index. If the ground truth labels are not known, the Davis-Bordon is scikit-learn matrix Davis-Bordon. Rij, Dij, Si plus Sj. Then the Davis-Bordon index is defined as dbk k per 1 sigma I equal 1k max I not j Rij. The 0 is the lowest score of possible score. Values closer to 0 indicate a better partition. But the problem is this algorithm do not attach it in the scikit-learn library, only explain it in the document page, but cannot explain it easily. Conclusion. From this paper, how source power consumption via k-means clustering use the library, which is scikit-learn Anaconda 3 open source person can easily follow it. And because using the license to real world do not have difficulty to do that. Not only the k-means algorithm, PCA algorithms, but also SVM algorithms, each extra other machine learning algorithms, clustering can also do it. From this result, in real life household power consumption is diverse entities. And in electricity transformer transmission power measurement period can estimate it. And each data using electric consumption, it can be used for progressive extension. Regional demand forecasting, maintenance of power plant and facilities can do it. In the gas company can estimate via chemical algorithms and also can estimate about the gas consumption rate to via chemical clustering and index. Comparative analysis of electricity consumption at home through a slow score perspective. Function Almada Fish and Dongyoshi. South Korea. Abstract. Machine learning is a state-of-art sub-project of artificial intelligence that has been evolved for finding large-scale intelligent analytics in the distributed computing environment. In this paper, we perform comparative analytics onto datasets collected for the electricity usage of home-based for the chemical clustering algorithm using the comparison to Shiller score with the ratio A/1 dataset. The performance evaluation shows that the comparison index is similar in number of Shiller score even if dataset is smaller than before. K-means clustering K-means algorithm is one of the clustering methods for divided. Divided is giving the data among the many partitions. For example, receive data object and divided data is input data divided Kn. Data each group consisting of cluster below equation is at K-means algorithm when cluster consists of algorithms using cost function using number 11. Shiller score is the easy way to in data. Each data clusters in data's definition and each data is now clustered inner and the data's definition pi square SI is equal to calculate the SI max AI bi minus AI. From this calculate SI is equal to the function minus 1 SI1. SI is close to the 1 is the data, I is the correct cluster to each thing. Close to 1 minus 1 cannot distribute cluster is distributed. From this paper, machine using the machine learning library Scikit-learn in the household power consumption clustering. Analysis. Figure 12. Shiller score according to change of cluster number. Figure 13. A/1 dataset Shiller score according to change of cluster number. From K-means algorithm calculate paper cluster seeing is very important. From the data estimated Shiller score, the result is k equals 7. Each cluster centroid and data prices Shiller score 0.799 is the optimal score. Even if dataset is so small, but the A/1 dataset k equals 7, each cluster centroid and data prices Shiller score 0.810 is the optimal score. From this K-means algorithm, cluster 7, all dataset A/1 dataset, each growth centroid and each centroid distance will be optimal value. From the result, the dataset decreases, but the K-means clustering class vector spaces optimal cluster is same situation with before. Original dataset household power consumption rate via clustering. Conclusion. From the paper, household power consumption via K-means clustering uses a library which is Scikit-learn. Now the series open source personally can easily follow it, and because using BSD license real worlds don't have difficulties to do that. From this result, even if we reduce the data A/1, but the Shiller score and all the clustering result is same with before. But the population will increase, it can show the clearer result for the classification and vector space. Large dataset to small dataset is clear to show to the specific result for the Shiller score, but opposite side is not clearly allowed. Because four-dimensional vector dataset from the experiment reduce the estimated time of receive huge dataset from analysis.